Yeah, these chickens remind me of the one I had before.
You had a pet chicken, Adachi-san?
Yep. Bought one of the dyed chicks from a temple festival years ago and raised it myself.
Wait, you mean you got to eat fresh eggs with your rice every single day?
Nope. It was male, so no eggs. But that meant...
Don't tell me you ate.
Well, he'd wake me up in the morning like an alarm clock.
Whew, glad he didn't end up on the grill. Are those hibiscus flowers? Well, they sure are pretty.
Did you know they symbolize trust, according to Japanese flower language?
Oh yeah? I'm surprised you knew that.
Nah, I read it from a book way back. Wanted to catch a hostess's attention, see?
You really went the distance. Did you learn any other flower meanings?
Well, what I remember for sure is the slipper flower.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. What's it mean?
I'll surrender everything I have to you. Don't keep me in suspense, Kasuga.
Yeah, you're only getting a flower and nothing else, man.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to think that only the rich could vacation in Hawaii.
Same here. But now it feels like pretty much anyone can take a trip out here.
Yeah, maybe Hawaii being some fantastical island getaway is just an impression from bygone days.
Just means it's getting easier to go wherever you want. Honestly, I wouldn't have even been here if things didn't turn out the way they did.
Well, whatever the case, here we are. Let's just enjoy it while we can. Oh, hey, how about we get ourselves some pennants as souvenirs?
Now that's real old school. Where do they even sell those nowadays?
No clue. I'd settle for a dashboard hula girl then.
Whatever you want, old man.
Surfing, huh? The one fad that always seems to come and go. Just like the waves.
Why, have you ever gone surfing, Adachi-san?
Sure have. Did my damn best, too. All to woo a woman at the beach. Reality wasn't kind, though. That summer fling was over before it started. She burst my hopes and dreams. Like mere ocean bubbles.
What's up with you? Forcing yourself to be a poet or something?
I mean, I even tried talking to her like this, just kept waxing poetic. It's a shame it didn't work out.
Ever thought that was why? Is it just me? Or is the tea at sushi joints just way hotter?
That's to melt any lingering fats in your mouth and, cleanse your palate. That way, you can better savor your next piece of sushi.
Oh, gotcha! So the heat melts the fat away.
I can't do piping hot drinks myself. Yeah, but ever since I learned about the tea, I just down it in one go, boom, and deal with the pain.
Wait, won't that just burn your tongue? How do you even taste anything?
Good point.
I've been seeing more folks on their laptops and cafes doing work and stuff. That's pretty common in Japan, too.
I mean, I guess we're in an age when you don't have to settle on doing your work in only one place. I mean, I can't do it personally. I don't like the idea of someone peeking over at my screen.
Oh, you mean for security reasons? I respect that.
Exactly. Heck, I even change up all my passwords. These hackers got nothing on me.
Do you even remember them all?
Nope. Honestly, I've been pretty forgetful lately. So, I just end up brute forcing my way in by trying every single combination I can think of.
Well, that doesn't sound very secure. A lot of these Hawaiian fruits sure are colorful.
Oh. Ooh, aren't they selling dragon fruit over there?
Damn! Not only does it look cool, it's also got one badass name. Is it tasty, though?
I'd never had it before myself, but I would buy one anyway, just because, it looks and sounds cool. It's like buying an album for the cover art, you know?
What, you're gonna buy something based on how it looks, not even knowing how it tastes?
Doesn't matter if it's a CD or a fruit. I just can't resist whatever catches my attention. One of these, please! Wait. How the heck do you eat these?
Shoulda figured you'd be an impulse shopper, Adachi-san. This shopping center's gigantic. Hell, I might get lost here.
That reminds me of the time I had to look after a lost 3-year-old. Luckily, the family hurried over, but the kid just would not leave me alone.
Dang, they were that attached?
Yep, the kid would start crying without me, so I ended up accompanying the family home. I mean, I had dinner with them and everything before I left, too. Real odd experience, that was.
Wow! Guess kids really like you, Adachi-san.
Yeah, maybe. I hope that kid's doing all right. I don't mind Hawaiian food, but I sure miss a good traditional Japanese meal.
Yeah, I feel you. Could go for some raw eggs over rice right now. Miso soup on the side.
Oh, I wish I had some natto and rice. That was part of my morning routine.
What do you mean?
Every morning, I'd mix my natto 500 times before eating it. Gets you like a real fine consistency, and toned arms, too. 2 birds, 1 stone. Boom.
Damn, hardcore from the get-go.
Hey, check out that thrift shop. That is one sweet jacket.
You're pretty big on American clothes, Adachi-san.
Oh, yeah? Well, American movies did have a huge influence on my generation. Oh, man, there was one about a fighter pilot that made waves back in the day. Yeah, bought me the same jacket as the guy and went around airports listening to the score. Man, that takes me back. I was so young and naive.
Yeah, you have real good taste in clothes, though. So, what happened to that jacket?
Well, I gained weight, so it doesn't fit me anymore. I used to be thin as a rail back then.
Oh!
Oh, hey, a payphone. Don't see these too often in Japan either.
Well, most everyone's got a cell phone these days, so there's not much demand anymore.
I used to collect telephone cards back in the day, actually. Like the pop idols on them.
All right, that was a thing. You were big on collecting, Adachi-san?
I was, yeah, until a coworker swiped one of my rare cards. Got a hole punched in the card from when he used it. That was the last straw.
That was pretty common back then.
That whole debacle punched a hole in my heart, too. Made me stop collecting entirely. Promise me, Kasuga. Promise me you'll never use another man's phone card without consent.
Oh, yeah, sure thing. But when am I ever gonna use one now?
A game of shogi's nice every now and then. When I was a kid, I used to be the best of the best in my entire neighborhood.
Oh, yeah? Care to play sometime?
Oh, you're on. I'll have you know my fingers are as swift as lightning.
That's some confidence you got there. Oh, wait, Swift?
You heard me. Swift as lightning. I lay out the pieces without even making a single beep.
You were talking about setting it up? The shave ice here looks so good. Gonna have to swing by later.
Yeah, back in Japan, whenever I had it at festivals, I always got the blue Hawaii flavor. I ended up associating the color blue with Hawaii because of that.
Oh, same here. For some reason, I also thought that blue equals Hawaii just made sense.
Is that so? Well, maybe it was just us being young and impressionable at the time. But after seeing Hawaii firsthand ourselves, well, we weren't wrong. The ocean and the skies, they're both such a beautiful blue.
Yeah, I guess so. Now we finally know why Hawaii's gotta be blue.
Right on. Hey, come on, man. Let's explore all of Hawaii, huh? Enjoy the place.
Well, only if you don't feel too blue after throwing your money down the drain.
Oh, man.
What's wrong? Got a cold?
No. Felt my heart stop for a second, though. But I hope the girls I left back in Japan miss me if I actually do kick the bucket. Just thinking of them in mourning makes my heart ache.
I am seriously impressed by how melodramatic you can get, just from one sneeze.
You flatter me. Yeah, I love the weather here. It's not so much humid and more comfortably dry.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't get too exhausted, even when it's blazing hot out.
In the rainy season in Japan, on the other hand, it gets so humid, it really brings me down.
Oh, you're not good with humidity, Adachi-san?
Oh, not me. My hair. You see, my hair gets all frizzy when it's humid, even after I touch it up that same morning. It ruins my rugged good looks, Real bad for business, too.
I totally get how you feel, but wait, what business?
Seeing that dog reminded me of the time I had to work with a police dog.
You did? That's cool! Were they like your trusty sidekick or something?
Nah, definitely more of a pet than a sidekick. I had to look after the dog every waking moment just so it could do its job. But, thanks to that, I've got a bit of experience handling dogs.
Really? That's a surprise.
Not what you imagined, is it? Investigating's tough work when an animal's your partner.
No, I'm more shocked you took your job seriously.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? There's nothing like an ocean view to go with some wine. Makes it taste even better.
Well, you sure look happy, Adachi-san.
Heck yeah, I am. Always better to live happy, am I right? Now you're winning at life, long as you're having fun.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, come to think of it, I've been to all sorts of places ever since I met you. Even took a trip to Osaka, too.
Oh, we sure did. Now here we are, two pals having some drinks in Hawaii.
We're a long ways from home now. You know, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to call ourselves travel buddies. Hmm?
Isn't that kind of an exaggeration?
Nah, we just gotta make it happen. Let's go on even more trips. All of us. Paris or, New York would be great. Any places you want to visit?
Me? I don't know. I'd love to visit Okinawa one day. Kiryu-san said it was a great place.
No doubt. And the local specialties are to die for, too. Soki-soba, chinsuko cookies, Okinawan donuts, and can't forget the awamori. Great. Now I'm starving.
Oh, sounds like we're both gonna gain some weight over in Okinawa. Oh, the sea breeze here feels real nice. And the ocean's damn gorgeous at night, too.
That makes for a nice photo op, huh? Actually, why don't we take one? Huh? You in, or what?
What? Me?
Yeah, I mean, we're already here and all. Hell, count me in, too. Okay, that was a pretty good shot. Maybe we ought to go around taking pictures more often.
Definitely. Let's just keep at it and explore where we can.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, this truck sells vegetables.
Yeah, they do. I buy them here often, actually. Trust me, they are top-tier veggies.
So, they're fresh?
That's part of it. For example, check out the asparagus. Closed tips, all nearly identical. Or see, the daikon are hefty but don't have too many pores. Stuff like that.
I get it. Makes sense you'd notice that as a chef.
I admit, I meticulously evaluate all my produce, but they're used to me here.
I bet any shop would feel honored to serve such a passionate customer.
That's not sarcasm, is it? Yo, these frames are sweet.
How are they any different from the ones you already have?
The difference is slight. But yeah, they are the same style. I guess I like to stick to a type. I've got around 20 pairs of these same glasses back home.
You go all in, don't you? But I understand why you'd stick with what's familiar.
Right? I knew you'd get me. Oh, hey, I need to stop off for some cleaning supplies at the drugstore.
Spring cleaning or something?
No, I own a restaurant, remember? The floor tends to get pretty slippery.
Right. Ramen shops and places like that do tend to get fairly messy.
It's actually a huge pet peeve of mine. One time I was crossing the floor, both hands gripping full plates, and I nearly ate shit. But I pulled off a triple axel and managed to save the meal by the skin of my teeth. Ever since then, it's been my mission to keep the floors of my shop squeaky clean. No way I'm wasting precious food over something dumb like tripping up.
Never would have guessed you'd be the one to slip up. But if it results in a cleaner floor, then I suppose all's well that ends well. Not to mention, I'd love to see you do your acrobatics in a restaurant. There's a sharpness to your fighting style, Zhao. Your strike is like the flick of a wrist.
You think so? Oh, big honor coming from you, Kiryu-san. Maybe all my hard work's paid off.
Have you been doing some kind of specialized training?
Nope, just draining water from noodles.
That's it?
That's it. Draining ramen noodles takes a bit of finesse, believe it or not. The goal is to make quick reflexive movements, and as few moves as possible. Too much waving your arms around screws with the noodle's delicate texture. And the snap of your wrist is key, so I guess it showed up in my fighting, too.
To think it all stems from something as wholesome as making noodles. What else is up your sleeve, Chef Zhao?
There's a pretty rad pawn shop nearby. Always got a ton of great finds. Been a while since I stopped by. Maybe I'll go poke my head in.
I didn't realize there was a pawn shop around here.
Go figure, right? It was actually a hoarder's house originally. But once it got cleaned up, turns out it was full of treasures. I bought some of the bowls for my shop there.
So, the bowls at your restaurant are secondhand?
Yep, a total steal. Ever try pudding from a convenience store? Ugh, they're so rich and creamy these days.
Coming from an experienced chef, I believe you.
Actually, good food in general has gotten pretty easy to find. Means I better get my ass in the kitchen.
Huh. That's a winning attitude.
I just can't stand to lose. Though it might just be easier to sell some of that store-bought pudding in the end.
I doubt you'd end up doing that. I'll bet you'll whip up something from scratch that blows that other stuff out of the water.
You know, that's what I like about you and Kasuga-kun.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. Just thinking about a recipe for some mind-blowing almond jelly. Oh, hey, they got Virtua Fighter here.
You're into fighting games, Zhao?
Sure. I played the crap out of Virtua Fighter back in the day.
Yeah? Must have been a big shot at your local arcade, huh?
Not at all, honestly. I spent all my time playing it on the Dreamcast. And I got used to that controller. But arcade sticks are a whole different beast. So I always lost. I was kicking myself for not buying the arcade stick along with the game. Ever since then, you won't catch me dead without my tools and weapons. I'm so ready.
Seems life has a funny way of teaching us lessons.
Might be time to buy some new threads. You mind making a stop if I see a nice place?
Not at all. You have a particular brand in mind?
It's not that I don't, but I tend to go for whatever randomly piques my interest. Kinda why I can't stand shopping online.
True. Ordering online can be a crapshoot.
Yeah, exactly. I suck at it. I always end up with stuff that's not quite what I imagined. And returns are a hassle, so I'd usually give the clothes to my men.
Free clothes to sweeten the deal. Not bad, considering your fashion sense.
Not bad at all, right? Talk about employee benefits.
That's one way to put it.
Charming Hasaku face?
What are you muttering to your phone about?
Oh, it's a crossword app. Forgot the deadline for the sweepstakes was coming up.
First magazines and newspapers. Now there are crossword apps?
They're pretty fun. Educational, too. Oh, gotta be ramen.
What's the prize if you win?
Well, let's see, a year's supply of bean sprouts.
I doubt those sprouts could last a whole year.
Yeah, no way. So if I win, I'll have to hold a bean sprout bonanza at my restaurant. And I'm sure I can rely on old Kiryu-san to help finish him off.
Could they have given away something more useless?
You know, I've gotten really into green tea lately.
I enjoy a good cup of tea. And I notice a lot of desserts are green tea flavored these days.
Right? But I'm in it for the process, not so much the flavor. Somehow, I just love making it.
That's a pretty refined hobby.
Sure, it was tough starting out. My tea would be all icky and lumpy like snot. Now I make a mean cup of matcha. Creamy, foamy goodness. You see, initially I just wanted something to go with my tea cakes. But these days, all I really care about is the arts of tea and honing my brewing technique.
Sounds like the journey replaced the destination. But isn't that how it goes?
Oh, you're shitting me.
Something up?
There's this wok, made by a famous craftsman that just got released today. I wanted to try it out, so I was really gunning for one. There were limited quantities, and they have all been snatched up already. Damn it.
Guess it was in high demand.
Well, yeah, they're popular, but I bet it's only sold out 'cause of scalpers.
Scalpers?
Yeah. They buy up all the good shit, then list them for auction at sky-high prices.
I see. So they're opportunists.
Bastards aren't even gonna use what they bought. Really pisses me off. If I ever find one in person, I'm gonna deep fry their ass.
Not sure anyone wants that on the menu.
Hey, check it out. A four-leaf clover.
Oh? Nice find. Are you gonna hang on to it?
It's a nice thought. But I'll pass. Life's been good to me these days. Hanging out with pals, running my own restaurant. I feel like someone else might need these lucky leaves more than me right now.
That's very compassionate.
To tell the truth, I just don't want to get my hands dirty. They're high maintenance.
Sure, I believe you.
Passing by this arcade always brings back sour memories.
Something bad happened here?
One day, on a whim, I tried out this capsule machine selling pocket plants.
Plans? Guess they'll turn anything into collectibles these days.
Yeah, well, I ended up getting 5 of the 6 possible items, with no dupes, all in a row. I was on this winning streak, so I figured I'll pull again, just to snag the whole collection. But it was like the last one was actively dodging me. In the end, I spent like 7,000 yen. My arm was practically jelly from pulling that crank.
Sounds like the machine got you good.
But you know, when I finally scored that full set, it felt like the stars aligned.
Must have been a big relief. What type of plant was in the last one?
Just your everyday Japanese spruce.
Huh. Congrats.
Good old photography. Actually, I used to be really into taking pictures.
And you're not anymore?
Well, in the past, I would snap pics of everything around me. But one day, I realized I just couldn't find any more inspiration. Maybe I'd seen it all. There was this emptiness. Like I had already captured every corner of my own tiny world. But I was just a kid back then. So the memories aren't very sharp.
So even as a kid, you felt your world was small.
Damn. When you put it that way, it sounds like I was a real brat, huh?
Well, if you feel like you've broadened your horizons, maybe give that camera another try. See if anything new's inspired you.
It's worth a shot. You ever notice, Kiryu-san, how much swag these kids' manga magazines have nowadays?
Swag?
Little bonuses, man. Microscopes, mini planetariums. Some even come with a claw machine.
Really? You can get all that in a magazine?
That's right. You build the gadgets yourself, and they're typically well designed.
Huh. That's new. When I was a kid, all we got were playing cards. And might it take it you still read manga?
Nah. One of my regulars brought his kid in, and I noticed the little guy crafting stuff. And before I knew it, I was sitting there helping him out while the dad was munching away.
What a nice family atmosphere.
At a UFO or... No, just a plane. Oh well.
You disappointed?
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't want to meet an alien?
You have questions for them or something?
Oh, well, I'd ask something like, what are you into?
Sounds like you're on a blind date.
Damn, Kiryu-san. You always know just what to say. But I guess those questions should be prepped in advance. Interstellar diplomacy and all.
Definitely not something you'd find on my bucket list.
Humor me a little. What would you ask an alien?
Me? How about, what do you do on your days off?
Guess it really is a blind date. Never thought I'd be out here playing games with you, of all people.
Same here. You stop by often?
Yeah, when I want to chill out. It's like my own little haven of relaxation. I generally come here alone, so I almost don't know what I was thinking, dragging you along.
You don't know? Funny, seeing as it's your idea.
Well, haven't we cruised this whole area already? Figured we could hang out at one of my favorite spots.
Then I guess I should say thank you.
And that'd be my cue to say, welcome aboard. As if I own the spot. Odd as it is, the noise of this place really mellows me out. I can't think straight if it's too quiet. That and I like blending in with the crowd. Everyone's equal here.
Huh, I can see that. Why don't you and I play a game? No holding back. Fight on equal ground, right?
Kiryu-san, when have you ever held back? Feels like we've always been real with each other.
That is true.
And that's just how it should be. You're supposed to be yourself around your best friends. Just like you can in this arcade. What do you say to a quick trip to the photo booth?
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, let's commemorate this. It'll be my first time trying it out.
I admire your courage, but are two grown adults really gonna fit in there?
No doubt, man. Let's do it.
You always know how to throw me for a loop.
Okay, so that's how these things work.
It's been ages since I've done this. Never imagined it'd be you and me messing with this thing.
Well, I, for one, had a blast. We should venture out more often. I bet the two of us could raise hell together, Kiryu-san.
We sure could. Either way, it's always a good time.
Price on these macadamia nuts is the best I've seen so far.
Are you a fan of them?
They're all right. I plan to buy some as gifts for Komijo.
Ah, look at you being all thoughtful.
Well, we are a vast organization. I'm just scouting out the best deal. The Komijo is quite strict about limiting its cash expenditures.
So even macadamia nuts count as business expenses. Man, at this rate, the sound of those waves will have me out like a light.
It's like listening to healing music. You know, the ocean is known for its calming effect. I've even found that listening to atmospheric ocean sounds helps me sleep.
Oh, so it's not just me. Then maybe tonight I'll just knock out right here.
If you want back pain, a cold, or you'd like being robbed, then by all means.
On second thought, my room is pretty comfy.
I've started cooking to improve my physique these days. I'm feeling even more toned.
Wow, Joongi, I bet you're picky about your meals.
Of course, but I'm also choosy with ingredients. Just the other day, I scaled a cliffside to harvest some pristine mushrooms.
Safe to say that diet isn't the only reason you're so jacked lately. Dollars are tough, man. Shopping's hard. I suck at adding decimals.
Really? I've never had any issues with it.
Oh, then can I toss an equation your way?
Please.
How about 1464 plus 4839 plus 8697?
Ha! Piece of cake. Exactly 150.
Whoa, impressive! Of course, I can't even tell if you got it right or not.
Why do I even bother? Swimming out here is a breeze. What a pleasure.
It sure is refreshing. But when you say out here, do you tend to have a hard time swimming in the ocean?
Well, actually, you know how my job often requires infiltration? Sneaking through jagged coastlines or swamps is no walk in the park.
Oh, right. In comparison, I bet you could swim the beaches of Hawaii in your sleep.
Just recently, I even had to swim an entire river upstream.
Dude, are you even human? Man, that smells crazy good. Makes me kind of hungry. That place has some killer spicy soup. Makes you sweat like a pig, but so worth it.
That sounds tempting, but I'll have to refrain.
Huh? Can't handle spicy food?
I can, but I have a cold sore. Not sure why I get them so often.
Damn, not much we can do about that then. But most of the shops around here go hard with the spices. You maybe want some rice porridge or something?
Oh, it seems I've miraculously healed.
Liar.
Hey, this is random, but do you think any of the shops around here sell chicken breast? I usually prep some after working out.
How often does bodybuilding cross your mind anyway? Ah, scratch that. I bet seeing that chicken reminded you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Ah.
What's wrong?
I'm afraid I made a horrendous oversight while leaving for Hawaii.
Wait, what do you mean? Is one of our friends in danger?
Before I left Japan, I may have neglected to return my rental DVDs. This is truly a disaster. At this rate, they're bound to charge me a late fee.
Get over it.
There are a ton of dogs being walked in this area. They're adorable. I may not look like the type, but animals tend to really like me. I even attract birds. Just the other day, a parrot flew over and landed on me.
A parrot?
Yeah. Then afterwards, a strange man came over and asked me for money.
Dude, doesn't it seem like that parrot was just part of a scam?
What?
Did you give any money to the guy?
I had forgotten my wallet, so I just kept smiling and he went away.
So being a complete airhead is built-in scammer defense. Well, whatever works.
Oh, they have comics here. You can't get these ones in Japan.
You read comics, Joongi?
Yes. I started out watching superhero movies, but now I'm a true fan of the source material. I like that the heroes aren't perfect. They face adversity and make mistakes. And the antagonist's sense of justice clashes with the heroes, like oil and water. American comics take an approach that is rarely used in Japanese works. I think you would enjoy them as well, Kasuga-san.
Dang, sounds like it's right up my alley. Even the artwork packs a punch. Well, I might end up buying a whole series if I get really into it.
Well, with the most popular series, if you include spin-offs, they can easily number over 500 volumes. So you might want to rethink that.
That many? My floors would probably implode under the weight.
This area has a completely different vibe compared to the beaches and malls.
Yeah, it's sketchy here, all right. Best to keep your guard up.
It's strange, but I actually feel at peace in this dreary place. Perhaps this is simply instinct for someone who's made the underworld their home.
I don't know. I like that smile you had on the beach while we were under the bright sun. I don't think the shadows are the only place where you belong.
How in the world did you manage to say that without a shred of embarrassment? Well, maybe you're not wrong.
There sure are a lot of kiddos out here. Should we make a huge sandcastle too?
You sound like a kid yourself. Besides, I'm too skilled to compete against amateurs.
What do you mean, skilled? Isn't it just playing in the sand?
To me, it's a form of art. After I ascertain the correct sand-to-water ratio, I sculpt only with absolute precision. With these two hands, I can build literally anything.
Where'd you master a random-ass skill like that?
That information is strictly confidential. Damn! I misplaced the list of souvenirs that Sunny entrusted me with.
A souvenir list? She actually gave you one of those?
Yes, I remember most of it, so I'm rewriting what I can. But it seems the very last item is escaping me. Was it a dragon keychain or a wooden sword?
Does Sunny think you're out here on a field trip or something? Sure is a beautiful starry sky.
It is, but I'm partial to the stars you can see over Komijul. For the Bone Festival, Sonny and I sit and moon gaze while eating tango.
Oh, for real? So you guys go all out celebrating the holidays then?
Social events are crucial. They help us to better appreciate culture and lift morale. Then dango and other treats can be enjoyed to the fullest extent, as they should be, right?
Yeah, you know it. So, how about next time we go stargazing, let's enjoy some shave ice?
That sounds nice. Count me in. This area is packed with luxury cars.
Sure feels swanky, don't it? Also, check out that convertible. It must feel great to ride with the top down at the height of summer.
You are naive, Kasuga-san. A convertible in the summer is nothing but a steel trap. All fun and games till you hit a traffic jam or a stoplight, and suddenly, you're in hell. There's no buffer between you and the sun, so you get hit directly by all that heat. People with dark hair should be even more mindful. Dark hair attracts more solar energy.
Holy cow. Man, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty awful. Oh, hey, so that's why your hair's that color then.
Do you really think this iconic look was all for the sake of some convertible?
Huh? You good, Joongi? You look like you're sulking over something.
Oh, it's nothing. Just ignore me.
Come on, now I have to know. Least I can do is listen.
I have a pimple right on my face.
Wait, what? Is that all?
What do you mean, is that all? I'm stuck with a giant pus pod, damn it. From now on, I'm on a strict vitamins-only diet. Your understanding is appreciated.
Seems like this is a big deal for him. Hey, but you gotta eat an actual meal at some point.
These aromas really do stimulate the appetite. What should we try first?
Your cold sore doing okay? If not, I could always do the eating.
I appreciate your consideration, but I'm quite all right. I have high pain tolerance when it comes to issues like this.
You don't have to push yourself. Just eat once you're better.
I'm only kidding. My cold sore's all gone. Even spicy ramen shouldn't be a problem now.
Okay, as long as you're fine. I don't want to force you.
Thanks for your concern.
You do eat a lot, though, Joongi. When the two of us meet up, feels like all we do is eat.
Meals are the basis of life. But since you mentioned it, I feel like I do eat out more when I'm with you, Kasuga-san.
Well, a meal just tastes better when you're with a kindred spirit, am I right?
The fact that you say such things sincerely and truly mean it, that's a noble trait.
Okay. That's a compliment, right?
Of course, my personal commendation. At any rate, sometimes a home-cooked meal is more appealing than an extravagant dinner out.
True. Then how about I make a meal just for you?
You, Kasuga-san? You can cook?
Sure, it's your choice of hard-boiled, sunny-side-up, or scrambled eggs.
So a basic breakfast is all you can make. Still, I do appreciate the sentiment. I'll be sure to bring along a carton of eggs.
Then I'll fry 'em up.
Ooh, that meal was phenomenal.
You should see the smile on your face. I'm totally sending a pic to Sunny. As a status report, you know?
Status reports are fine and good, but why now? Unless you intend to be in the picture. Besides, don't you report to Kiryu-san?
What's the point of reporting to Kiryu-san that we just finished eating? Well, why not?
What an utterly ridiculous photo. Sunhee doesn't need to see that.
Isn't ridiculous just business as usual?
Can't argue there. There's never a dull moment with you, Kasuga-san.
Hey, the feeling's mutual.